Well, hello everyone. I know I'm about 20 minutes late, but hey, I made it in time. Sorry about that. Today is day 20 of 21. We're nearly about to wrap up this 21 day of spontaneous conversations about talking about setting the stage for change and what that really implies when it comes to wanting to have a different experience. So what we've ultimately seen, if you start watching these episodes from day one all the way through to day 21, which I'll be uploading on YouTube at the end of the series, so I'll upload them all together, is that we've never spoken about how to actually change our circumstances outside. These whole 21 days have all been about wanting to investigate and being curious about what is actually creating our experience from within. And what I've highlighted about is our relationship on with our thoughts and our emotions and how they're intertwined and connected that are actually creating your experience. I just want to wrap that up between today and tomorrow, that an experience, what we call our reality, is all through the veil, the lenses of what we believe and how we feel about what we believe. And that bounces off, it bounces off these beliefs. So what is happening and what we think is happening and the meaning we make of it is creating the emotion of that experience within us. So today, I wanted to talk about an incredible tool that we should talk about more often, and not only talk about it, but actually experience it, where we take the time to dedicate and be committed by simply appreciating and the power of gratitude. Now, this is something that I'd like to confess that I don't spend as much time, because I'm constantly trying to find new ways to pinpoint the actual fact and point of what is really creating our suffering, and guiding people to see from a different perspective, to really make the unlovable more lovable, to make the dramatic less dramatic, to see the more painful less painful. Like, that's my whole task, over and over and over and over again, to just bring light to the blind spots that our minds won't allow us to see. Because that's exactly what I feel like is happening, that we're living in a reality in our own world where there's just so many blind spots, where your mind will not settle for 1 minute to just contemplate and be curious and question, why am I suffering so much? What am I currently believing? What meaning am I making out of this? What is really happening? All right. So the 3 elements of experience is, first, I just want to wrap this up so we can just move on. So the first thing is that you're defining something. Something is being defined. How do you do that? Mind. Your mind is a beautiful tool. It defines, it describes, it labels, it pigeonholes, it categorizes. It is a beautiful paintbrush. It defines everything, describes it, and labels it such a way that now you can see it in your mind's eye. It will create an image. It's just like me picking up the phone and describing myself to you. You don't need to see me. If by the words I describe using my mind, I'm giving you a description, you can see me, and now you can feel the essence. Okay? So it is the description the mind does that creates an image, and those images and descriptions will create a feeling in your body. So that's exactly what is happening when you're having an experience. All right? You could be standing in your kitchen, and you could be making soup. And what is really happening, you're making soup, but your mind could be off remembering what happened yesterday at the airport, and you could be actually having that experience like I did, where this happened and that happened, and you're feeling that pain all of it, and what I'm really doing is just cooking. Okay, so I'd like you to acknowledge, first of all, how the mind and the body are creating an experience. And what is an experience? It's a feeling that you're feeling right now. And everything, all these feelings are being produced through the veil of every single belief we think of ourselves. Every single descriptive belief, every single descriptive label of thoughts constitutes an image in your mind of who I believe to be. And that's how we have created a self-image of who we believe to be. This is really important that this is settled within you, that who you think you are is who you think you are. You are who you think you are in your reality. Who you really are is where I'd like to allow you to start questioning and become curious to see, hang on a minute, there's a point here. Yes, I am labeling things. To begin to see that you're labeling, to begin to see that the mind is labeling, to begin to see thoughts that are labeling things, to begin to see beliefs that keep appearing and the connection you keep feeling in your body. And the more you become aware of each and every single step of this process, you begin to become more empowered and to see that this is all in the intimacy of my own conscious mind. There's a completely different perspective there. You start to feel more and more empowered. Everything you are wanting and everything you believe that is creating the misery and the drama in your life is because of a belief that describes who you think you are. I'm not good enough. I don't have enough of. I'm not lovable enough. I don't have. It is always rooted. All of these beliefs are all rooted from one foundation, something that is missing. There is something missing. Something's missing. Something's missing. Something's missing. Something's missing. Something is missing in me. Something's missing in my life. But guess what? The image of you is created through thought. What do you believe is missing? So we've been focused on lack, missing, something not enough of. So if the more you keep thinking about it and focusing yourself in that direction, the more you're bringing your level of frequency of emotion down, where you're starting to feel less than and you start to feel disempowered. Now, everything you want it for the feeling. So what are you going to do? Are you going to wait until things come into your experience, then you'll be happy? Like, if this thing happens, then I'll be able to have this thing. If this person respects me, then I'll be able to. If I get enough followers, then I'll be able to. If I get this reputation, and so on and so on. You get my gist. So we're waiting for outside circumstances in order to feel a different way. But what if you begin to have the feeling of appreciation and gratitude? Appreciation and gratitude is the equivalent vibration of unconditional love. If it's hard to love the unlovable, what can I appreciate? You start to raise your own frequency, so then you can actually begin to have a good time becoming aware of really enjoying the process of recognizing thoughts, recognizing beliefs, recognizing an emotion, and being a witness, but from a place of love, from a place of ease. So I've suggested to insert meditation and yoga into your schedule, into your daily routine. It's really, really important that you start to get into a routine. If you want to start having a different outcome and a change in your life, start to introduce things that actually keep you out of the thinking mechanical process. Insert 20 minutes here and there meditation. Insert an hour every day if you can, or at least every second day of yoga. Insert moments where you actually are just going to dedicate and take everything off your list and say, I am now going to find as many things as I can to appreciate and feel gratitude. Feeling appreciation and gratitude. If you just insert different things into your day where you're taking the time to feel differently than you usually do, how often do you feel appreciation? How often do you feel gratitude? Randomly, depending on what happens, you're waiting, depending on what happens, in order to actually feel some gratitude. And sometimes some people do some nice things for you, but you're so overwhelmed by your own thoughts that you don't even see it properly, and you don't really feel that gratitude or that appreciation. Someone holds the door open for you, but I was just so much in a thought, oh, thank you. But you didn't really feel it. You said thank you, but you didn't feel the appreciation, the gratitude. Feeling appreciation and gratitude is one of the fastest ways to actually start to experience what it feels like to be in that sense of content without needing a thought to justify it. When you rely on thoughts to cultivate a feeling, you're now depending on outside sources, on outside circumstances to get the hit of positive emotion. I need that person to say and do certain things so then I can feel this way. Feel good. Find ways to do it on your own. Find ways to do it on your own. So now you're feeling a higher sense of an emotional frequency. And then meditate and be committed to just wanting to be aware of what thoughts are coming up. You're kinder to yourself. You're more loving to yourself. Begin to empower yourself without having to depend on thoughts and beliefs and outside circumstances. And this is the real empowerment, where you know where to focus because you've prioritized that feeling good is the ultimate thing that you want. Everything you want it for the feeling of it. Everything you want it for the feeling of it. Everything you're doing, you're wanting for the feeling of it. Everything you're doing, you're wanting for the outcome of it. And what is the ultimate outcome? You want to feel good. I want to feel good when that happens. I'm going to feel good when that happens. I want to be ecstatic when that happens. I want to be so excited when that happens. You can do it right now, on a dime. Find things to appreciate. Put a smile on your face. Open your heart. Drop into the heart. Get out of the mind more often. Drop into the heart more often. Be more in the heart, less in the mind. More in the heart, less in the mind. More in the heart, less in the mind. The collective at the moment on this planet are all in the head, all in the head, all in the mind, all in the mind. Thinking, 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 thinking. Think about thinking. I need to understand. I need to understand. I need to understand. Help me understand this. Help me understand this. There is no understanding love. There is no understanding awareness. You cannot understand who you really are. Everything you're doing in the thinking mind is creating more of an image of who you think you are. Introduce meditation in your daily practice. Introduce yoga or some form of exercise. Physical activity, where you're just allowing energy to move. Introduce a gratitude list, appreciation time, where you just take the time to roll around in your garden, or you go for a breath of fresh air and you just begin to appreciation. Not for the actual thing. It doesn't have to be a big thing. For the feeling. What does the feeling of appreciation feel like? Go and investigate. It feels spacious, freedom. It feels light-hearted, gratitude, love, joyful. It is very, very powerful. Introduce these things. It doesn't cost you anything at all. You can find gratitude, the feeling of gratitude and appreciation in the smallest of things. Just have a look around your home and see how many things make your life so much easier that you appreciate so much. Your favorite blanket, your favorite pen, your favorite mug, the knife that cuts so well when you cut into bread, your favorite pot that when you cook that thing, it just, I've been cooking, we've been eating such homemade cooks, so I've been in the kitchen a lot. So appreciate the sense of appreciation and just sit and see and notice how good your body feels in that energy. Notice that your mind is free because it's just focused all on that feeling. Your experience isn't about how much you think or how complicated your thought process is or how intelligent your thought process you think it is. That isn't you. Drop in the heart. Feeling. We've grown out of feeling. We're afraid of feeling. No one wants to feel anymore. It is about feeling. And what you're refusing to feel because you're afraid of that feeling is what's blocking you from experiencing all the other experiences. You're blocked on avoiding, you're strategizing on how to avoid this pain. Feel into it, move on. Feel into it, let go. Feel into it, expand. Feel into it and free yourself. Freeing yourself from the very thing you think is going to be painful. Help yourself through appreciation. Help yourself through gratitude. Help yourself to love yourself. Help yourself to love yourself. Help yourself to love yourself. Because ultimately, that's what we want from the outside world. We want everyone to love us. Why? Because we're not feeling that. Bring yourself to love yourself. How can I love myself more? The mind will ask. Don't ask how. Allow yourself to love yourself. And the only how I know is that when I am not engaged in thoughts, when I am not engaged with the problem, when I'm not engaged with what my mind has identified, the drama, when I just let that all go, put it on the shelf for just a few minutes, what remains? The ability to breathe, no contraction, peace, and love. You're loving yourself by respecting yourself, where you're not tolerating that heaviness. And then when we come out of meditation, what most of us do, we take that thing we put on the shelf and we wrap it back onto us, and now we're thinking about it. Then we meditate and okay. Then we bring it back. When you see through the veil that this is not who I am, these thoughts and beliefs are just thoughts and beliefs I can become aware of, become more aware, so you can actually experience what it feels like to see what before you thought you were. Hi, everyone. Practice. Practice, practice, practice. Feed yourself more and more tools to make this practice effortless, enjoyable. And you can prove to yourself that by simply giving yourself the right attention, the amount of attention you've always wanted, you will require less from the outside world, and you will feel empowered. You will feel magnificent. You can do this. You are already doing it, but you're focused on thoughts, on an identity that was never you to begin with. Let's feel lighter. Let's feel better. How? Give yourself the attention you actually want, that you believe others should be giving you. You give it to yourself. Make time to meditate. Make time to appreciate. Make time to feel gratitude, but to actually feel the feeling of gratitude. Make time to let your body have some physical exercise, even if it's just for 10 minutes. Make time and give less time to what you deem a problem, what you deem is worrisome, what you deem a drama. Give it less attention. You have the ability to focus. You have the ability to imagine. You have so many grand abilities. You don't need to think about certain things that make you feel bad. You can turn your focus and focus on things that make you feel better. Why? Because everything we want it for the feeling we believe it will give us. So cut through the chase and go and feel good, no matter what. I'll see you for the last episode tomorrow, day 21, which will really wrap it up. And I hope that all of this information, these questions I've been offering here and there, and these suggestions have allowed you to see things from a different perspective and empower you that you can already start setting the stage to expect a completely different outcome. I'll see you tomorrow.